third place getter this year, I think we've spoken a number of times, and I've certainly spoken, the players spoke a number of times after games this year, what the crowd brings, and it was almost a movement at the SCG. The red and the lights and the colours and the crowds, and that was unbelievable this year. And there's a lot of players, I think, that we've got that contribute to that in our football club, and a lot of players contribute to people wanting to come along and watch and really enjoy whether they, whoever they're bringing their families along and watching some of the best young talent in the land. And this bloke's certainly one of those. He genuinely, you want to come along and see what he can do, and I think quite often that this bloke's only just really scratched the surface of what he can do as an AFL player, which sort of, I scratch my head and think, where could he end up? And he could end up as a pretty useful player, which is the understatement of the decade. Because he's a star player for us. He's one of those people that everyone in this room would love to go along and watch at the SCG. He's a pleasure to coach. He's a real pro. He prepares himself enormously in the off-season. He knows his football, watches a lot of football, loves watching football, trains hard, and is one of the most dynamic players I've ever seen. The Peter Bedford Trophy, third place, Chad Warner with 813 votes.
Out that way, over there. Couple of words, please, Chad. Yeah. Not just any Chad, the Chad. Mate, tonight you add to your 2022 Players Player Award. 2023, you made the top 5 of the club champ. Podium finish this year, and of course, All-Australian. Do you feel you've grown in 2024?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of aspects of the game have grown. I think I've been able to play a few different positions as well and go forward a bit more, and having the blokes that we have around us, it allows that, which obviously can't be thankful of enough. And the confidence that the other boys in the team give me to play my role as well is just second to none.
John touched on something very important. There's moments on the football field where you do stuff and we look and go, okay, not every player can do that. You sometimes hit moments of rare skill, but to the younger players here, you work really hard. You really put it. How important is that as you mature as a player to really put in those yards to realise the talents that are clearly there?
Yeah, I think the main thing about that is just it gives you the confidence and the belief that you wouldn't have on game day. And I think that's where that confidence and belief does come from. And yeah, I guess the work in the off season that I do, and with the other boys, I'm not just the only hard worker here. All the boys are pretty similar to me, and the year shows. But yeah, I think that's where the belief and confidence comes from as well.
I know Saturday hurt, but when we were at our best, when it was just humming, what was that like? When we just clicked into top gear, it must have felt magic there at many moments.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think it's going to be one of probably the best years of footy I'll be a part of, to be honest. And just to do it with a bunch of boys who you're such good mates with, and yeah, like you said, having that flow, and kind of just feels like everything's just humming and you're not even trying really, just kind of going in that flow state. And I can't wait for the next year, to be honest. He'll be back and we'll be back, so it's going to be all good.
Can't wait to see you flow into 2025 and beyond. Congratulations, Chad Warner.
Right, thank you.
Winner of the Peter Bedford Trophy.